Oh, here we go, here we go. Week 1, Supreme Community is now.
I feel like I'm chosen, I'm covered in gold.
Welcome back, friends, to another edition of Fauntleroy's Finest, and today we're going to take a look at the Week 1 Fall-Winter 22 drop list from Supreme. And as of a short time ago, the Supreme community has blessed us with their estimated retail prices. Alright guys, it looks like they're going to be dropping a ton of items this week, so let's just jump in there, take a look. It's been so long since I've done this.
It's not that hard.
Okay, here we are at the bottom of the Supreme community, gonna do like the old school days, bottom to top. I'm gonna take a look at all the stuff that's coming out this week, and I'll obviously single out the things that I think you guys should pay attention to.
You don't know shit.
Speaking of things that you guys should pay attention to, this two-tone ribbed zip-up sweater is not one of those things.
That was hurtful.
Silicone striped crusher. Now this thing is a pass.
Next question.
This one as well is a pass.
Next question.
And here we have the Jacquard panel track pant. Based on last year, there's a good chance you can find these in the sale. This is just week 1. Don't spend all your money on track pants, people. That's what I'm trying to say. This is the Porciento soccer jersey.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
With a price point at $110, I really don't see any potential in reselling these, but again, for personal, all this stuff is gonna be fine. Next up, you guys are hating on the Sean Crawford elephants. I mean, come on, look at all those elephants on these sweatpants. They look super fun. However, they're extremely busy. I probably would have rather just seen like one elephant on this print or one on the front, one on the back. Yeah, I would have to say probably a pass on these. And next, with a price point of $128, the Decals Moto jersey. Any of you guys riding motocross should probably pick up one of these. You'll be the drippiest motocross driver out there. Otherwise, I really don't see a ton of resell in these. Next up, we have the Jacquard track jacket. Like I said before, this is probably just not going to be the best track fit that they put out for the season, and you might even see this one on the sale.
I'd buy that for $1.
With a price point of $168, not that bad for a jacket, to be fair, but I'm gonna bet that this is pretty thin. Next up, the Porciento shorts. I don't think I really have to tell you to pass on these, but unless you were on this team or in that picture that's on the jersey, you should pass on these.
No, I'm gonna pass on that one.
Next up, we have the Wombat Tea. This is the most downvoted tee on the Supreme community. I don't know if I would agree that this is the worst shirt that's coming out this week, but I would put it in my bottom tier list for t-shirts, and I really don't think that there's much of a reason to grab this one. If you can get XXL in black, but for the most part, again, there's way better shirts to go after. Apologies to Wombat, no offense, but you really kind of just stamped Supreme on a shirt 100 times. I mean, you didn't really do that much here.
Stupid, worthless, no good, goddamn freeloading son of a bitch.
Next up on the list, the Rainbow Speckled Beanie. It's a beanie, you know, I don't really see the shop logo beanies doing all that amazing, but you never know. This is the cardigan of the season. I think that these are pretty nice. They probably look a little bit better than last season's cardigan, to be fair.
Hey, I doubt it.
Problem is they're making a lot of colorways. Usually they only do 2 different cardigans. This is a lot of them. $198 price point for a cardigan is kind of high, but again, these are items that usually hold really, really well. I think you're gonna see a theme with me this season. I'm calling it the season of the hold. Next up, they are taxing on these trucker hats. Holy smokes, a price point of $58. I can't get behind $58 for this hat. No thanks.
It's expensive.
Here you go, guys, some jeans. This is kind of basic, and again, totally a personal if you want one, but other than that, no. Alright, here we go, this two-tone panel denim jacket. Now hear me out.
Willie hears ya. Willie don't care.
I can kind of get behind the black colorway here, and I think that the bigger sizes might do okay in this colorway. Again, it's gonna be a hold. You're gonna have to wait till it is getting a little bit colder. And this would be a hold and a little bit of a gamble, but I think in like XXLs if they make those, or XL if that is the largest size, you might find a little profit here. But again, probably much better things to go after this week than this jacket. $500 for the Balloon Man Jesus jacket made of Gore-Tex.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
I don't know what Gons is smoking, but it's definitely really good, and I need some as well. This kind of looks like something that your uncle would be rocking with that wife beater underneath it, you know, a couple of buttons out. You can kind of see his chest hair hanging out with his cigarette.
I must say, damn good stuff, sir.
Here we go, another Sean Crawford piece with his elephants. Again, there are way too many elephants for me on this hooded sweatshirt. I appreciate the amount of elephant per capita that I'm putting into this shirt. Like, we're getting so much elephant for the money here.
I can't, babes. I don't want to know.
I'd probably like it a little more subtle. Maybe only like 4 or 5 total throughout the whole thing and not on every section. At $178, these are kind of taxed, but I'll say the same thing about these as I will the jacket. Probably go after the black pair, the black and denim pair, and biggest sizes are usually best. The back of these kind of makes it look like you have on some assless chaps, so depending on what look you're going for, this may be the wrong message. But if you're walking around downtown in San Francisco, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get some cat calls with these suckers on, so good job. Quite honestly, I'm surprised that this is $1,198. I was expecting it to be a lot more. This is one of those weird ones where, like, it could have some resale, but it's definitely not worth picking up for $1,200. Like, you might be able to make a couple $100 or get it to like $1,600, and I just don't think it's worth tying up that much money to maybe make a few $100 on it. But I really think it's a neat piece. That's kind of the only reason I wanted to talk about it right here and right now.
Why do you shamelessly waste my time like this?
And obviously they're taxing on the t-shirts a little bit more this year, $40. I thought they were $36. Maybe they changed it last year. But here we go, a Weirdo Dave tee, and this one is my least favorite tee of the week. Yeah, it's pretty sad. I would avoid this one at all costs.
Anyway, one day I wake up and I look in the mirror and I don't like what I see.
Alright folks, here is the first beanie that's really blowing my dress up. A $48 price point. Kinda sucks for a beanie though, I'm gonna say that. It should be about $10 cheaper. I really do love their take on this Everlast logo. The olive one sticks out to me the most in this group, but obviously black and brown are great colors as well. Wow.
Wow.
I'm just gonna say wow to this one. I mean, $128. The watermelon one looks nice. These colorways are really nice. The Supreme flannel usually does pretty well when they make good colorways. Bigger sizes in these could actually do pretty well, but I would be targeting these more for personal, to be honest with you, because if you did pick this up to flip, completely gonna be a hold. And here we go, this year's regular jean. Honestly could be a decent little hold and sell for Halloween. That orange and black goes with those Air Force One skeletons. It's got some creepy vibes to it. Totally would work for Halloween.
Does anyone know a ghost story?
Bigger sizes, usually in pants, sell out fastest. I'll still say that there's better stuff this week than pants though. Here's another pair of jeans for $158. The rigid slim jeans. They have the red little tag on the back of them, which is kind of cool, but I also think there are still better things to gamble on, but these are pretty cool jeans, to be honest with you. The Supreme State hoodie, it's $158. I think that these could do okay. Again, these are things to snag in XXL sizes if you really have some money to waste. That purple one, the black one, those colorways tend to do pretty well on the Supreme hoodies over time. Has some nice big spell outs, and it's embroidered.
We can sew.
There you go, you can sew.
But as far as these go, black, purple, and probably the gray because it has the two-tone colors on it. Next up, these may be the jeans that you should go after, even with a $265 price point, a little high. I think that's a lot lower than most people expected. I don't know which colorway to tell you to go for here because they're pants. I think that the camo colorway kind of looks the best of this collaboration. That olive one looks really good to me. I'm not sure if that will resell. The black one is just a little subtler and you just don't see the intricacies of the outfit as much. But I do think if you can pick up a larger size of these pants, I think they're 36 or 38 is the highest size that they go.
That's a huge bitch!
These have been anticipated for over a year now, and I definitely believe that these have the potential to flip. Probably gonna be a hold, especially since week one is so big. But I do think that $265 is a great price on these. Next up is the Lion's Den tee. This is based on an old painting. I think it's Daniel in the Lion's Den by Rubens. It's like a 1600s painting. At $98 though, they're kind of taxing you for a Renaissance painting on your shirt, but you can't say that those lions don't look hard as hell. They are ready to cut you, mother effer.
A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep.
And here we go, the Braces tee. I actually don't hate this tee as much as everybody else does. I think it is a kind of a more traditional Supreme type of tee. They're not just braces, these are grills. He's got weed in there, he's got a stack in his mouth, he's got barbed wire, he's got the whole shebang in that mouth. I don't hate this one at all, and honestly, I may try to grab one since I think everybody's sleeping on it. I think an XXL is completely grabbable in a black colorway, and maybe there's an even better colorway that we just haven't seen yet. I think getting decent tees in big sizes is always a good move.
I'm Captain Obvious.
This small box shirt will work perfectly for you if you are a UPS driver, if you're like a cable man, maybe this white shirt, maybe if you got colors for your company, you know, something like that. Otherwise, I'm not spending $128 on this sucker. This brushed Codora small box logo 6-panel could be a decent little pickup in black. A small box sweatshorts is just a no. Stonewashed slim jeans, again, probably just personals for these, but their jeans are decent. Here we go, the classic Team 5-panel. Yeah, it's a 5-panel, so I just can't really get behind it too much.
Life's not fair, is it?
I do appreciate that most of these fit an NFL team's colorway pattern. Maybe the black one if you wanted to gamble on it. Elephant skate deck. Way too many colorways, and I just don't see this one doing anything in the future. There's better decks this week. Now here we go, this Griffin zip-up hooded sweatshirt. This may be the item that I would say to go after this week 100%.
Okay, go, 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 go!
If this is actually a $238 price point, I mean, this thing is a great pickup. I think all colorways are a go at that price point. I mean, that means that these are cheaper than the jeans, which is kind of crazy to me. The way that they're made, I expected at least 300 plus price point on these things, so really shocked. Here's the no love top, and I'm gonna show this 100% no love at all.
Love ya. No, I don't.
This one's for my boy Manny, the Heavenly Silk Polo. This also could be a piece that would potentially do really well down the road. I would say go with the multicolored one if you were gambling, and again, biggest sizes will always do the best. S Logo Sweatpants. This S logo is really cool. This is the first S logo item that we've seen. My biggest problem has always been, and probably will always be, with Supreme Sweatpants is the price. $158 is hella tax for some sweatpants, but if you're getting them, these are pretty neat.
These sweatpants are all that fits me right now.
Next up, again, I am just blown away by the price point on this one. I was expecting this to be like $700, and they have this listed at just under $400. I think people were expecting to pay more for this. I think that $400 is a pretty good price point. I'm not really sure how much over that it will flip for, but again, most people were estimating this to be a $700 item. I really do think that the camo version of that anorak is probably the way to go, but again, the black one looks cool, the olive one looks cool. I just think that that whole design and the way that the material has been put out is just really neat.
That's nice! Way to go! Neato!
Here is the Elephant Tee, another one by Sean Crawford. He put the one elephant in there, and this is the guy with the Supreme underwear and the big shit-kicking Timberlands. Again, I kind of dig the elephant, but I don't know. I'll have to see the other colorways to be quite honest with you, but this is not one that I would say to target for reselling. Here's the small box tee, and yeah, let's just skip that one.
No.
Next are these organizer pouches, 100% personals, and I really don't know why you want these. All right, and here we have the Warning Tee. This probably is my least favorite tee as a front and back graphic, and I don't really care about this one. Moving on, before we get the actual box logo crew neck, here you go, small box logo crew neck. Let me spoiler alert this one for you. Don't get this.
Damn.
I'm not really feeling the backpacks as much this year. Maybe that silver one is a cool colorway, but at the end of the day, I think they're a little smaller than last year's backpacks, and they haven't been flipping as easily as they used to. Here's another Manny special, the Mary Rhinestone Tee. It could do something if it's super rare. It's got the rhinestones on it, so they probably won't make as many of them, but better stuff to grab this week. Really cool piece, though.
I like to picture Jesus in a tuxedo t-shirt, because it says, like, I want to be formal, but I'm here to party too.
This is a large haul tote, like something you'd put all the sports equipment in, or if you're at the beach, all your crap so you can bring it to the beach. There is no top on this, so no zip up. $158, kind of a hefty price point for a tote bag, but this is really large. It holds 80 liters of stuff. That blows every other bag out of the water as far as how big a bag has been from Supreme, but I'm a little gun shy over totes. I bought a bunch of totes one year and it took me forever to get rid of them, but they were nowhere near as big as these.
Totes my goats.
Now this would be my favorite bag to target for reselling. Those black duffel bags usually never stay in stock. Last season's duffel bags were awful. They had the mesh all over them, and the last time they did duffel bags that were mesh all over, the season after just sold out quickly, and those things did gangbusters. I think I sold it for like $350, something like that. This black duffel bag would probably be the next one that I would target if I was going to go after a bag at all, and potentially the silver one because it is the special colorway and it is kind of flashy. And at a $148 price point, I think that there's more return on the investment, even though this is a smaller bag than the large tote.
All right, put the money in the bag.
Next up is the Milano half zip pullover. That's probably a no for me on this one. Cool personal, but I really don't think that it'll flip. Now here's one of the better camp caps of the week, in my opinion, the Wash Chino Twill camp cap. Honestly, those denim colorways with the red box logos always do really well. That zebra one everybody is talking about. I bet there'll be less zebra ones than the other colorways. I really think that green looks really nice, and obviously black, brown are easy ones. All these colorways, to be honest with you, besides the orange, are pretty neat. I may target the zebra one and take a gamble on that hat. Next up, the trash tee. I think this one has potential as well. Probably XXL black is what I'd be focusing on any tees, and again, all these tees are going to be a hold. I think this is a really neat graphic with the Supreme trash bag there, and you have the Statue of Liberty. Again, this in black XXL is probably the best for reselling. Now next up, these may be the best fitted hats of the collection this week. The New Era S logo, and the new S logo has little devil horns, so you know he's mischievous.
You know, you stinker.
I like that they're doing a lot of like actual team colorways. Like that looks like a Cubs hat with an S on it, a St. Louis hat, the brown and orange for you Cleveland people. It's just hard for me to get behind these fitted hats anymore, and if you do go after these for reselling, a size 8s are usually the best just because they're the rarest. Nobody needs a fanny pack anymore, and these are super tiny, so I'm gonna say to pass on these unless you just need it for the personal.
I want it more than anything right now.
The trash skate deck is also another deck that I really kind of like this week. I probably am going to grab a deck this week. Not all of them, not 1,000 of them. I definitely want to get that Gremlin deck when it comes out, so I have a spot for that one over there. Decks aren't really flipping like they used to, or at all right now. They're just making so many decks now. Every week you're getting another deck, another deck, another deck. But this is definitely one of the decks this week that I am digging hardcore. Alright, now this is for all you LA boys. They're calling this the Slapshot Tee. They're smacking us in the face. Why don't they call it the King's Tee? Just fess up. We know that you stole the logo, and we have to buy this. This is the colorway for Los Angeles. All my boys in LA need to represent this shirt.
Hey.
This is probably my number 2 tee of the entire week that you should be targeting for reselling. XXL black. XXL purple is probably a really good pickup in this one, and any of the decent colorways, to be fair. You asked for some bandana Hanes and they gave them to you. We got the red, we got the white, we got the black. Now last year, these did not sell out, or the special colorway did not sell out, and there was only one of them. Now we have 3 special colorway shirts. I think that you'll be able to get these whenever you want.
Yeah.
Here we go. The first hoodie that I could probably extremely recommend. The $158 price point makes this one of the nicer ones as well to go after. And this is a really cool logo. I like this S logo. This is a cool one with the little horns, and that blue-red one is something that they haven't really done a lot of in the past. So I think if you get some of the better colorways here, like the blue one, the black one, the brown one, perfect hoodie to gamble on this week. But if you do, definitely make sure it's XXL. Don't buy anything for resale if it's not XXL. Barbara, an olive oil straight from Sicily.
Scusi, Barbara Poopy? Che cosa?
I definitely need to have one of those to put back there. I may try to grab a couple if possible in multiple carts. Will this resell? I don't know. I don't know if you can even sell it on StockX, so it's gonna be a weird one. This is just a neat item to pick up, super cheap, and hell, it's pretty good olive oil too if you want to cook with it. Here's the Supreme Nebo Light, $58. I'm really not feeling this. If you need a light, great, go for it, but there's definitely not going to be any resell in this. Supreme plus technology usually equals fail. Next up, we have a towel set. I think these are kind of the type of towels maybe for a golf bag or potentially like in the kitchen. 13 inches by 34 inches is probably like this big, and you're getting a set of 2. I assume you get either 2 reds or 2 blacks, probably not one of each. I really wouldn't target these if you were trying to resell, but they are really cool items, so who knows, they could have some potential. This though, for $48, I do like. I was very excited to see that the retail on the normal ones was only around $36, so I was like, wow, we're gonna get this for under $60. I think $48 is a great price point for this toolbox. I think this is gonna be an item that sells out very quickly. You may have to single cart this one even. I don't think this is gonna be the #1 item that people focus on, so you may have some time, but it is definitely going to be a very popular item, and if you want one, you're probably gonna have to get after it pretty quickly.
I have to have my tools.
And I think with a $48 price point, there's actually a lot of room for growth. I think these things could easily be a $100 item, but unless it's really, really rare with most of this stuff, it's gonna be a little bit of a hold. And here we go, here's Sean Cliver's donation to the Fall/Winter 22 season, the Catwoman Tea. I really do like this tee. I'd like to see some other colorways in it. I always recommend Cliver tees, and they always tank. So for some reason, I'm just not gonna recommend this one. I hope that it does well. It's one of the coolest tees that I've seen in a while. And we've been into this comic book shit hardcore in the Discord, which by the way, you can get into for free. Links in the description.
Who's coming, man? Who's coming with me?
If you were targeting this for resale again, probably go for XXL black unless we find some really, really cool colorway. Here you go, the other deck that I have to decide on. Do I try to grab the box logo t-shirt deck, or do I get the trash deck? If a deck could potentially resell, I mean, they put a freaking box logo tee on it. It has to resell, right? I mean, it just has to. The only problem is they're taxing these decks now, so it's like $58 to buy it.
More than you can afford, pal.
So it's almost $100 by the time it gets to you. How many people are really gonna pay that for a deck that's like just extremely mass produced? Okay guys, here we are finally, the top 4 items. This is number 4, the shoulder bag. A lot of people have been talking about this item, and at a price point of $54, it might make a decent little item to stash away, grab and stash, and maybe make a little bit off of. Maybe the popularity of this item, it being a number 4 item, has the potential to give it some first day sales. I don't think it's out of bounds for people to pay $100 for a side bag.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
So depending on how easy or hard these are to grab, you could make a little bit of money off of this one. Again, I see people talking a lot about that silver one, and black is always great to pick up for resale. So if you were going to take a gamble on this, those are the 2 colors I would recommend. And then here we go, the number 3 item. You guys really want your underwear? Mr. Hotshots, it is time for you to buy your 5th pair of underwear. The other people on the bus will thank you.
No yelling on the bus!
We've got 3 colorways of these. I probably don't see these selling out. The olive ones did not. Maybe people really want these. Maybe certain colorways in these will sell out. The only potential that I'd ever see for reselling these would be the biggest sizes, but again, last season they pretty much sat the whole year. I think Supreme and Hanes understand that these are going to sell, and they're going to make a lot of them. Alright guys, go get your mom, go get your weird aunt that has 70,000 cats, go get another older female in your life, because they are gonna freak out over this Beanie Baby. With a price point of $18, honestly one of the cheapest items of the week, and I can easily tell you that this will have resale. It might not have a ton of resale, and you might need to be selling these locally or kind of through Facebook or on your own, maybe not use StockX, but there's a lot of potential for this thing depending on how hard they are to grab. If these go out of stock really fast, they could skyrocket to $60, $100, who knows. The thing working against this is it's a Beanie Baby, and those things have flooded our lives for the last 20 years probably, and I don't know about you, but I am sick to hell of Beanie Babies. But I'm still gonna try to get one. And here we go guys, the number 1 item of the week. I don't think it's a shock to anyone, the Andre 3000 tee. This is obviously the best t-shirt they're making this week.
Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever.
They finally have a somewhat more relevant person on a t-shirt for once. Now I don't think these are gonna go like for $100,000 right away. I think these will probably age really well though. So if you don't get this, don't jump off a roof or anything. It's not like you missed out on a Milan box logo or something like that. You're probably not going to get an XXL. I think that the bots will probably eat those up pretty quick. If you focus on a large, you probably get it. If you focus on XL, you may get it. Being that week 1, it has so much stuff dropping, it diverts everybody's attention to different places. Everybody has a personal favorite that they're going for, so if you really, really want something, I would just grab it, single cart it, get out, and then go back for whatever you can get after that. But again, $54 price point. They're kind of taxing this shirt, so it is going to eat into profit. And obviously, XXL in black is probably going to be the best colorway to grab if you're doing it for reselling.
Duh.
Alright folks, so there you go. That was a very long list. Holy smokes. They're dropping a ton of stuff, and this drop will last for 2 weeks. Count them, 2 weeks. We will have the drop on this Thursday, and then probably on Friday of next week, we may get the Air Force One restock for the first time this season.
Great. I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week 1 review. If you like this stuff, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you need more Fauntleroy in your life, then you should check out these videos right here.
Now throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you